Ladies and gentlemen, take a moment and imagine that 1 year from now you're standing in the exact same spot, facing the same struggles and living the same life. How does that feel? Does it excite you or does it make your heart sink? The truth is, time is marching forward whether we're ready for it or not. But here's the good news: we have a say in how we spend it. So I'm here to ask you, plead with you, even don't waste another year of your life. Point 1, take radical responsibility. Your life is a reflection of your choices. And I know that might sting to hear, but it's also the most empowering truth you'll ever hold. Because if you own your choices, you also own the ability to change them. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody can live your dreams for you. It's time to stop blaming your circumstances, your past, or the people who didn't see your worth. Your future is waiting on you to step up, take radical responsibility, and declare, I am the author of my story, and I'm rewriting the ending. Point 2, invest in your inner growth. Think about this every second, every hour, every day. It's an investment. So where is your time going? Are you pouring it into the distractions, the fears, and the doubts, or are you investing it in your growth? Here's what I know for sure: your life will only rise to the level of your mindset. If you want a better tomorrow, you've got to build a better you. That means saying yes to learning, yes to healing, and yes to the hard work of breaking old patterns. Point 3, embrace the power of now. Let's talk about the biggest thief of time, the word someday. How many of you have dreams sitting on a shelf labeled someday? Someday I'll start that business. Someday I'll get healthy. Someday I'll have the courage to love myself. But listen to me, someday is a lie. The only moment that belongs to you is this one right here. Waiting doesn't create change, action does. You don't need all the answers to begin. You just need to start. So what will it be? Another year of excuses or a year of transformation? Another year of fear or a year of stepping boldly into the life you deserve? Don't waste another moment thinking about what you should do. Just decide what you will do. And when the clock strikes midnight, when the year turns over, I want you to promise yourself this: no matter what life throws at me, I will not waste another year waiting. I will step into my power. I will fight for my dreams. I will choose to live fully, freely, and with no regrets. Because this, my friends, is your time. And it's time you made it count. Taking radical responsibility means refusing to live in a story where you are the victim and someone else holds the pen. It's about stepping out of the shadow of excuses and standing tall in the light of accountability. Yes, people may have wronged you. Yes, you may have been dealt a tough hand. But staying in that mindset, focusing on what's missing, who's to blame, or why it's so hard, keeps you stuck. Responsibility isn't about blame, it's about power. When you take responsibility, you claim your power to change your life. You recognize that while you can't rewrite the past, you are the sole author of your future. Nobody is coming to fix your life for you. That's not meant to sound harsh. It's a reminder that the power to create the life you want has always been in your hands. It starts with honesty. Ask yourself, what choices have I been making that keep me in the same place? Maybe it's staying in a job that drains you or a relationship that no longer serves you. Maybe it's ignoring the little voice inside that's been begging you to take a risk, to try, to dream bigger. When you're willing to be brutally honest with yourself, you'll see that there are places in your life where you've been playing small, settling for less, or letting fear dictate your choices. Taking responsibility also means letting go of the crutches we lean on to justify inaction. The words "I can't," or "I'm too busy," or "it's just not the right time" are all ways we let ourselves off the hook. But what if you flip the script? Instead of saying, "I can't change my circumstances," say, "I haven't prioritized changing my circumstances yet." That shift might be uncomfortable, but it's where freedom begins. And here's the thing about responsibility: it's not a one-time decision. It's a daily commitment. Every single day, you're faced with choices that shape your life. Will you choose growth or comfort? Will you let fear stop you or let courage move you forward? Will you stay stuck in the story of why it's hard, or will you rise up and take action despite the challenges? Taking radical responsibility isn't easy. It requires you to look in the mirror and own it all. The mistakes, the missed opportunities, the ways you've let yourself down. But here's the beautiful part. When you own it, you can change it. Responsibility is your ticket to freedom, to transformation, and to the life you've been dreaming of. So if you've been waiting for someone to give you permission to start over, this is it. If you've been hoping for a sign, here it is. Take your power back, take radical responsibility, and don't just dream about a better life, create it. It's all waiting for you on the other side of that choice. When we think about growth, we often look outward. We chase achievements, relationships, and possessions, believing they'll fill the gaps we feel inside. But the truth is, no external accomplishment can compensate for an unfulfilled or undeveloped inner self. To create a truly meaningful life, you must invest in your inner growth. It's not just a nice idea, it's the foundation for everything you want to build in life. Inner growth begins with understanding that your greatest resource isn't your money, your time, or even your network, it's you. Your mindset, your emotional health, your habits, and your values form the blueprint for how you experience life. If you want to level up in any area, career, relationships, or personal goals, it starts with leveling up who you are on the inside. After all, you can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't lead a life of abundance while neglecting your inner world. The first step in this journey is awareness. Ask yourself, what are the thoughts, beliefs, and patterns that have been guiding my life? Are they helping me grow, or are they keeping me stuck? Maybe you've been carrying self-doubt, fear of failure, or a scarcity mindset that tells you there's never enough time, enough resources, enough you. Recognizing these limiting beliefs is the beginning of transformation. You can't change what you won't acknowledge. Investing in your inner growth also means making space for self-reflection and learning. Life moves fast, and if you're not careful, you'll find yourself running on autopilot, reacting to everything and creating nothing. But growth requires intentionality. It asks you to slow down and ask hard questions. What kind of person do I want to become? What are my core values? What legacy do I want to leave behind? These are not questions you can answer in a single sitting, but the act of asking them begins to shift your perspective. A vital part of inner growth is healing. Many of us are carrying wounds we've ignored for years, pain from past relationships, failures, or moments when we felt unseen or unworthy. Those unhealed wounds become the lens through which we see the world, shaping our decisions and limiting our potential. Healing isn't easy. It requires vulnerability, forgiveness, and sometimes professional help. But it's worth it, because when you heal, you reclaim parts of yourself that were lost, and you free up energy to create something new. Another powerful way to invest in yourself is by seeking knowledge and expanding your skills. Growth is a lifelong journey. Read books that challenge your thinking, take courses that excite your curiosity, and surround yourself with people who inspire you to rise higher. Learning doesn't just sharpen your mind, it also strengthens your confidence. Every time you acquire a new skill or deepen your understanding, you're proving to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. And let's not forget the importance of your environment. You can't grow if you're constantly surrounded by negativity or distractions. Choose to spend your time in spaces and with people who uplift you, challenge you, and align with the person you're becoming. Sometimes investing in your growth means letting go of what no longer serves you, a toxic friendship, an unfulfilling job, or habits that drain your energy. Investing in your inner growth also requires patience. It's tempting to want instant results, but real transformation is a process. There will be days when you feel stuck, when the old habits creep back in, and when the voice of doubt gets loud. But don't let those moments fool you. Every step you take, no matter how small, is moving you closer to the person you're meant to be. Growth is not about perfection, it's about progress. Finally, let's talk about the courage it takes to prioritize your inner self. In a world that glorifies busyness and achievement, it can feel selfish to slow down and focus on your growth. But here's the truth: when you invest in yourself, you elevate every aspect of your life. You show up better for your family, your work, and your dreams. You become a beacon of possibility for others, proving that change is possible and that living fully is worth the effort. So don't wait. Don't put off the work that will transform your life from the inside out. The greatest return on investment you'll ever experience comes from pouring into yourself, your mind, your heart, and your soul. Growth isn't just something you do, it's who you become. And who you become will determine everything. The most precious gift we have is the present moment. Yet how often do we truly embrace it? We find ourselves tangled in the regrets of yesterday or the worries of tomorrow, endlessly replaying what could have been or rehearsing what might be. But life isn't lived in the past or the future, it's unfolding right here, right now. To embrace the power of now is to step fully into this truth. The present moment is the only thing that's real, and it holds infinite potential if we dare to claim it. When we resist the present, we're like someone holding a beautiful gift, but refusing to unwrap it. We say, I'll start my dream project once things settle down, or I'll be happy when I reach that milestone. But here's the reality: things rarely settle down, and milestones come and go without the satisfaction we expect. Waiting for the perfect time to begin, to act, or to be happy is like waiting for a train that's never coming. The perfect time is a myth. The right time is always now. To embrace the now, we must first confront the habits that pull us away from it. Distraction is one of the biggest thieves of the present. Our phones buzz, our to-do lists grow, and we find ourselves pulled in 100 directions. But distraction isn't just external, it's internal too. The constant chatter of the mind, filled with fears, judgments, and what-ifs, keeps us from fully engaging with the world around us. It takes conscious effort to silence that noise and choose presence over preoccupation. Another enemy of the now is fear, failure, fear of judgment, and even fear of success. We procrastinate not because we lack ability, but because we're afraid of stepping into the unknown. But here's the secret: the unknown is where life happens. Every great achievement, every beautiful experience begins with a moment of courage, a decision to step forward without guarantees. By embracing the now, we give ourselves permission to take that step, even if it feels uncertain. Living in the now also means letting go of the weight of the past. Too often we carry old stories that no longer serve us, mistakes we've made, opportunities we've missed, or wounds that haven't fully healed. These stories can become chains, holding us back from the life that's waiting for us. But here's the truth: the past is gone. You can't rewrite it, but you can choose how it defines you. When you release the grip of the past, you free yourself to fully experience the present. At the same time, embracing the now means releasing the illusion of control over the future. Planning is important, yes, but planning without living is a trap. We chase a vision of someday where everything will fall into place: a bigger house, a better job, a happier version of ourselves. But someday isn't promised to anyone. What's promised is this moment, and it's enough if we allow it to be. This doesn't mean ignoring the challenges or pretending everything is perfect. Embracing the now also means facing what's real: your fears, your struggles, your pain. It's about being present with what is, even when it's uncomfortable, and trusting that you have the strength to move through it. Avoiding the hard parts of life only postpones the healing and growth that come from confronting them. So stop waiting. Stop delaying your joy, your growth, and your dreams. The life you've been longing for doesn't start tomorrow or next week or next year. It starts now. Embrace it, live it, and watch how everything changes when you choose to be fully present in the gift of today.